Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're drowning in the stress of Italian tax debt right now, take a deep breath. You're in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking how complex tax situations get managed and resolved, drawing directly from the expertise and source materials of F.D.T. Consulting. We're going to explore the actual legal avenues that exist to protect taxpayers, because, as we'll see, a demand for payment, it's not always the final word.
So, getting a cartella istruttoria, that official Italian tax notice, well, it can literally strike fear into the heart of any taxpayer. It shows up in the mail, looks incredibly official, and feels like this absolute undeniable demand. It's so easy to panic, right? To think your financial life is just over. But do you actually have to pay immediately? The surprising and honestly relieving answer is no. Immediate payment is absolutely not your only legal option. In fact, rushing to pay just to make it go away might be the biggest mistake you could make.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's the clear, step-by-step agenda we'll follow to demystify these tax notices and help you regain control. First, managing tax debts. Second, analysis and verification of documents. Third, available tools and solutions. Fourth, our operational method. And finally, service costs and conditions.
Section 1. Managing tax debts. Shifting your perspective on tax notices.
Dealing with the Italian Revenue Agency is, without a doubt, incredibly stressful. But specialized guides like Dr. Francesca Di Tommaso and his team at F.D.T. Consulting, they act as expert navigators for both Italian and international taxpayers. And the absolute core premise they emphasize is this: a tax notice does not mean you just pay blindly. Just because the Italian Revenue Agency or the INPS sends you a bill, well, it doesn't mean their procedures were flawless. Legitimate, provable errors actually exist all the time. In so many cases, these fiscal claims can be legally challenged, the acts can be canceled, or the debts can be sustainably restructured. You have rights. The first step is really just realizing that a tax notice is the beginning of a conversation, not necessarily the end of it.
Section 2. Analysis and verification of documents. Finding the hidden flaws in your tax bill.
And this brilliantly illustrates why verification is so crucial. Before you even think about making a payment, every single document, from avvisi bonari to estratti di ruolo, gets meticulously analyzed by the firm. Think about the sheer volume of potential administrative and legal flaws they're hunting for. Has the statute of limitations, or prescrizione, actually expired? Is there a forfeiture of rights, a decadenza, by the agency? They're also checking for critical notification failures, calculation errors, outright duplications of the tax, mathematically incorrect sanctions, and even deep procedural or cadastral errors. Any single one of these common mistakes could literally be the legal key to nullifying your debt entirely.
Section 3. Available tools and solutions. Matching the right strategy to your specific debt.
Because every single taxpayer's situation is totally unique, you absolutely need a customized approach. You can't just use a one-size-fits-all fix here. For individuals and freelancers dealing with local taxes like IRPEF or IMU, the focus is often on challenging those local notices or setting up manageable installment plans. But for companies and startups, the stakes are much higher, often requiring full corporate debt restructuring or crisis management for things like that. And crucially, for international workers, including former UN and FAO staff, F.D.T. Consulting specializes in incredibly complex cross-border issues. We're talking foreign asset regularization, fiscal monitoring, and double taxation disputes. It is a highly specialized landscape.
To give you an idea of the spectrum of solutions they use, let's just contrast two vastly different tools. On one side, we have self-correction, or autotutela. These are fast, highly cost-effective requests to directly ask the tax agency to cancel an obvious administrative error. And you do this without ever stepping foot inside a courtroom. It's surgical, it's quick. But on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we have corporate crisis management. This is heavy-duty, complex legal restructuring, like minor compositions or controlled liquidations, specifically designed for debts that have become mathematically impossible to pay. It really shows the full breadth of the legal arsenal required to handle Italian tax debt.
Section 4. Our operational method. A predictable path through the chaos.
When you're drowning in government notices, honestly, the unknown is what's most terrifying. F.D.T. Consulting removes that anxiety with a very specific, reassuring 6-step progression. Step 1, they comprehensively analyze all your tax documentation. Step 2, they rigorously verify the correctness and legitimacy of those acts against the law. Step 3, they identify the absolute best customized strategy for your specific case.
Step 4 involves the actual preparation of the legal instances or installment requests. Step 5 is continuous assistance throughout the often lengthy bureaucratic procedure. And finally, Step 6. They monitor the situation relentlessly until your tax position is fully and legally defined. Basically, they handle the burden from day one right through to the final resolution.
Section 5. Service costs and conditions. Absolute transparency from day one.
Now, before any work even begins, there's a preliminary questionnaire phase. This categorizes the size of your debt and identifies if there are any aggressive executive procedures already in place. From there, the financial realities are laid out and the professional transparency really shines. F.D.T. Consulting sets a fixed initial cost of exactly €366. That's €300 plus VAT. This flat fee covers the complete technical analysis of your documents and that crucial first consultation. You get total clarity and a roadmap, all without facing an open-ended, terrifying legal bill just to figure out where you stand.
But I really want you to pay close attention to this vital condition stated in their agreement. Quote, "The assignment is exclusively of a consulting nature and does not include the assumption of any obligation of result." End quote. Now, this is a punch of ultimate professional honesty. While Dr. DiTommaso and his team apply expert, legally qualified diligence to your case, no honest professional can guarantee what a judge or the tax agency will ultimately decide. They promise expert analysis, diligent defense, and the best possible strategy, but, not a magic wand.
So, what does this all mean for you? Well, it brings us to a final, pretty provocative question. Will you just let the tax agency dictate your financial future, or will you take a breath, get some expert help, and uncover the legal options that are likely hiding right there in your paperwork? As we've seen, immediate payment isn't the only way. There are structured, transparent, and highly specialized guides ready to help you navigate this whole maze. Don't just accept the debt, analyze it, challenge it, and take back control of your financial life. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I can't wait to explore our next topic with you soon.